Welcome to SGL Live. On this forum, we are going to discuss some interesting topics with some interesting people. And today's topic is future of education. So, let's go. Hello everyone, I'm Shubhrika and we have here with us Mrs. Jyotsna Chotai. She is my guest today. We are actually talking on a very important topic today, which is the future of education in present scenario. We all know that a pandemic like COVID-19 has hit the world and everybody is affected by this. All the students are also, all the kids also. And, mobiles and laptops were actually not that much in use in schools specifically. But now all the studies are going on through mobiles and laptops. And all the schools are promoting that. So in these times, we have with us a person who has been educationist for last 45 years with a humble beginning as a high school teacher. And then she was head and later the principal of this prestigious Oshwal Academy Nairobi. Then she retired from this position in 2011, only to return at the helm of the same school as academic consultant. This is her current position for last 3 years. Together with that, she is an insightful career counselor with speciality in the field of UK, USA, Canada, and Australian universities. Welcome to this chat, Mrs. Jyotsna Chotai.
Thank you.
So, Mrs. Chotai, this change, how are you finding it? Nobody had thought that schools are going to come to laptops and mobiles in the future. Everybody always wanted to go to school to learn, to go to the college to learn, but nobody had thought that online schooling would be that popular, and maybe that would be the only mode of education like it has been today. So what do you have to say about that?
So, Shubhrika, it's for us too in this field of education. It's a new concept.
True.
And I would say it's a total revolution in the world of education, in the world of teaching and learning. And it's a completely different concept from the guru shishya tradition that we used to have. A teacher sitting in front with rows of students listening obediently to the teacher, and a disciplinarian. A teacher was a disciplinarian. So if you had a strict teacher, that was it. You couldn't move, you had to be obedient, etc. This is now a new concept. And life never stops surprising us. Like you very rightly said, a few months ago, we had very strict rules that no mobiles in school.
Allowed in the school.
Yes. Not only that, we actually had that in our discipline policies, and we only allowed mobiles in our A-level school. So the year 12s and 13s were feeling very happy. Now they felt like an adult, and look at the turn of events. Now we are calling parents, we are telling them that, look, at least if you can get a mobile, at least if you can. So tables have now turned, and you'll be amazed at the kind of cartoons which are sent to me by my students. Where there are pictures of us disciplining a student for keeping a mobile. And then there is another one where we are begging him now to please bring a mobile or to keep a mobile. So yeah, times have changed, needs have changed. These are difficult times, traumatic times. These are challenging times for us. And suddenly we have realized that even our teachers are learning with the students. We too are learners.
And I feel that it is much more tough for the students out there, and in fact the teachers also. Yeah.
And we every day is a new day for us.
Very true.
We find, yes, every day. Now, I mean, now our exams are going on in junior high, for example. So every day we are checking if our students are comfortable at home, are they having any problems logging in, and our ICT technicians are on standby to help the students.
But what
And
do you think? What are the pros and cons of this type of teaching? We have just
yeah.
started it because there is no other option at the moment. But I
Yes.
think you must have tried to find out that what is good about it and what is the bad thing about it, or the wrong thing, which I
What
mean, you're not able.
was I would say that, yes, in a way, I think all of us realized
Yes,
nobody wanted pandemic.
yes,
We no None of us wanted it, but it is here. It is here.
yeah.
So
You
I
don't have a choice.
when yes, and we really, yes, as you said, we don't have a choice.
Hmm.
But what we have found is that by throwing our students in the deep end,
Hmm.
by throwing our teachers in the deep end, we've suddenly found that there are a lot of areas that has created an awareness of the technology in school,
Hmm.
technology in teaching, and we've discovered areas which we find that this has made teaching so interesting.
Hmm.
We found that now with the remote teaching, we have found that it has become more visual. We could use videos, pictures, record, and an important aspect is lessons can be recorded. So if a student
Talking
for
about
any
it.
reason misses a lesson, he can always get access to the whole lesson because
Again.
every lesson is recorded. So there are various aspects of technology which we find now has made teaching so much more interesting.
Hmm.
I think even the charts, we could put the teachers can put data on the screens. Charts are available, so it has made learning very attractive now, and I think that's one of the plus points. We have also found that now with online teaching, a student has the access to a lot of other views besides that of a teacher. See, so, so that is also important,
Yeah.
especially at
Whatever topic
at
you're
a higher
discussing with
level.
us, I think yes, they can find out more, another like 10 or 20 videos on YouTube, or details on Google
Absolutely.
related to the same
Yes.
topic.
Yes, absolutely. I think these are some of the pluses of online teaching. And
Now,
another one is very sometimes a shy and an introvert child who in front of others is hesitant to put his hand up. But
hmm.
our teachers tell us now that in online teaching he's
They
okay,
are
he's alone in his
happy.
room at home,
Yeah.
and they have actually opened up. You see, they are not hesitant, and they share their views with the teachers. So those are some of the pluses of online teaching.
What do you feel is
And do you want to?
negative point, negative side
Yeah,
of this kind of learning?
yes, I think the main one, the among the cons or the negatives is at the end of the day, schools were meant for children to come to meet their friends, to
Yeah.
play.
It's the kind of
The
environment that matters. And I think that also
Yes,
contributes a lot to
yes,
the learning. It's not just books or
yes.
not just data or that
Yes,
particular
no,
knowledge, but I think,
absolutely. Yes, and if you look back at your own school days, Shubhrika, you will find that some of the friends you made during your primary days or your nursery school days, till today, you treasure those friendships.
yeah.
Hmm?
And you also
And
get to
those were the
learn a lot when you're going directly and meeting people. I don't think that that kind of particular learning is available online, you know?
No, no.
Yeah.
And I think this running out of, we if we went to the playing field, now
Hmm.
we feel so sad because they are all empty. During break time, they would be filled with the sound of laughter of the children. So I think that's the biggest drawback or
Yeah.
con of online. But sometimes watching a screen for X number of hours, we are very conscious. So
Yes.
we are trying to balance
Especially for
that
the
as
younger
well.
ones, I think it is not that healthy.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, we try and balance that to see that how we are still, like I said, it's a learning lesson for us as well. So now that we are planning for the September term, we are talking to our teachers and we are saying, look, how can we balance the actual watching of screen with
Hmm.
other written work, etc., that we will give
Yeah.
to
But
the
I think in
children.
that case, you need a lot of help from the parents. Though parents have
Yes,
also turned into teachers these days, I really feel that for my son, we have to be
yeah,
there constantly along with the teachers to help him to do all these
yes.
lessons and everything.
Yeah, for us, maybe to make this change, it was easier with the students than with the parents.
True.
We found students more moldable, receptive to change, excited about something new, and and to convince the students, for us it was
Much
easier, I would
easier in
say.
comparison to parents. But even I, yes, we as parents were also not very much convinced that this thing is going to work. But once it
Yes,
started, we realized that this is the best thing which could be done in these times. And really, we were then later very much satisfied with the kind of efforts teachers were putting. And I think in some ways, in fact, we were much more satisfied that we could understand what is exactly happening in the class. We could see it, we could realize it. And maybe,
yes.
at times we are also learning along with the kids.
Thank you. Thank you. For teachers, it has not been easy because sometimes, and we had to talk to our teachers, because if they see an adult sitting in the background, they are sometimes they get inhibited. They
Yes.
can be free in front of front of students,
They have.
but yeah, when a mother or a father is kind of looking at them, these poor teachers, they got a bit nervous. So we had to talk to them. We told them, ignore the parents, forget there is anybody sitting there. You just imagine these are only your students in front of you. And with time, they have overcome that.
There is a new
So
term which has come in these times is collaborative learning. So,
yes,
yeah, what are the advantages and how is it an asset to the school and even to parents and kids?
collaborative learning, Shubhrika, is in this techno-rich environment we call blended learning. It's a blended learning
Yes.
where there is so much collaboration in so many areas. So, for example, it's a collaboration between a small group of learners with a bigger group of learners.
We can have such kind of request, Mrs. Chatai, that kids may tell you, maybe from India or maybe from any other country, UK or US. There are so many people who have gone from Kenya to
Yes,
UK or US. They may give
yes.
you requests that we want to join online schooling. So, will you have an option like this in the future?
Yes, yes, we would be very receptive. And it would be nice, Shubhrika, for Oshwal children here to
Hmm.
hear from their counterparts in any part of the world. And remember, our days, it was just chalk and blackboard.
Hmm.
Hmm? So we have come a long way from those days of duster, just a chalk and a blackboard. And that was the world that the child was used to. But now,
You
every
know,
single day,
I seriously feel that we used to write with a pencil, then a pen. Now you
yeah,
see kids, they don't even want to write, they don't want to even type. What they do is they
yes.
pick the mobile, they pick the laptop, just give them, commands
Yes,
by speaking, and
yes,
they're sorted.
yes,
I don't know we are going
yes.
ahead or backwards, but yes, this is happening.
Yeah. And believe you me, even we don't know. Only time will tell, my dear. Only
Yeah.
time will tell. So now it's almost 3 months. It'll be a little over 3 months in July, and we have found, Shubrika, every day is a new day for us. Every day the heads tell me that, oh, Mrs. Chotai, this is working so well.
How authentic are the results in these times, when kids are giving online exams? Are you sure they'll not do any kind of cheating or there'll not be
Yes.
any kind of help which will be supplied from their parents?
That's $1 million question, which so many parents have asked me. So I told the parents that let's go beyond now A's and B's. Let's go
Okay.
beyond the grades.
True.
Yes,
Let's
it's a
concentrate on
kind of
that.
environment your child is coming from. Yes, and I also tell parents that if your 10 or 11-year-old kid is going to cheat now, what is going to stop him from cheating when he is at university or anywhere else in the world?
Or maybe just after university. Maybe when you are there in the professional field, nobody stops you from cheating. But it's
Yes,
about your own ethics.
yes, absolutely. So this actually the exams are a good test for parents also
True.
to now instill integrity in their children. Okay, and most important for parents is to tell a child it does not matter how you perform. Don't put pressure on the child. Let the child blossom in his own time. Okay, let the child do their best, and if that freedom is given to the child will not cheat. you know
Yes.
Children only cheat when they want to prove something to the
Very,
parents,
very.
right? Okay, but if we as parents we do not put that pressure on a child that you must have an A star, you must get an A. If we don't do that,
Hmm.
then very few children
I think
would
this is
would
one of the
cheat.
most important parts of the chat which we have done. And hopefully, people will
Yes,
come till the end and listen to this most important message.
yes, very, very, very important, Shubhrika. But like I said, in any crisis, in any, I don't want to use the word disaster, but in any times of trouble, I always find something good comes out of it. In all the darkness that you see around us,
Hmm.
maybe there are some sparks of light that we have to discover ourselves. And I find that our remote teaching, our online teaching, maybe is that little spark which has now
I think
told
this
us
is
that there
actually a
is
good option for all those kids who cannot get to school. In fact, by
yes,
this remote
yes,
learning, you can also go to remote areas where the schools are
yes,
not there. Such kids,
yes,
just given the
yes,
laptop, I think they can avail all these facilities.
absolutely, absolutely.
I think that's the way it should be. We should look to its more positive effects than the negative ones. And we should understand
Yes,
that this is actually the need of the hour. And I'm very
yes.
sure that this kind of learning is not going to stop after the pandemic. And
No,
it's
not
definitely going to
yes.
be one of the
It
ways, one of the most important ways. In fact, earlier when the kids used to do anything online, or the online universities were not that much valued. But now I think the
yes,
things are definitely going to change, and the only thing which is
yes,
going to be important is the knowledge, wherever you get
yes,
it and however you
yes.
get it.
So my appeal to you, Shubrika, is if you can convey, communicate these wonderful views that you're communicating with me, maybe you could communicate to your viewers, to your listeners,
Yes, I'll
and
definitely
I'm
share
sure there
the
are
whole thing,
quite a few
everything online.
our parents as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so
You know,
that would be a
we
great.
have received quite a few questions from the parents and from one of few of my friends who are quite
Yeah,
anxious about this kind of learning, and we have been discussing. So I thought, why shouldn't I ask to somebody who is specialized in the field, and we put such kind of information for everybody out there who can actually understand that what exactly can be done in the schooling in these times, and what are the benefits of
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yes. So no, it's a pleasure talking to you,
Same
and
here.
I hope that the views I've shared with you maybe they'll be useful. But like I've said, it's a when we used the word collaborative, when you asked me, and when I talked about a lot of aspects of collaboration, I would say the main is it's now a collaboration between parents and the school,
True.
between between the parents and the teachers. So if that collaboration works and if we support each other,
Hmm.
then believe me, this mode of teaching will be a great success. It
Great.
will.
So, for all the people out there who are watching us, you also pour in your views on this topic, and you can definitely post your comments down in the comment box and tell us that what do you feel about online schooling? What are your thoughts on that? What do you think can be improvised? What else can be done in this to make it more impactful and more popular among students and parents, and even for the teachers it should be convenient. And thank you so much, Mrs. Chotai, for joining us and
Yeah.
taking out so much time. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shubhrika. It was a pleasure. Thank you. And thank you very much.